Let's be honest. Our lives are online, woven into the fabric of the internet in ways we rarely stop to consider. Every day we share pieces of ourselves, photos, thoughts, even our location, without a second thought. And every click is tracked. From the moment we wake up and check our phones, to late-night scrolling, our digital footprints are everywhere. Companies build profiles of us, not just to sell socks, but to know what we fear, who we talk to, and what we want. They analyze our habits, predict our next move, and sometimes even influence our decisions. Sometimes that data falls into the wrong hands, and it's more than just creepy. It can be dangerous. Identity theft, scams, and breaches are real threats that can upend lives in an instant. For journalists and activists, privacy isn't a luxury. It's a matter of safety. Their work, and sometimes their lives, depend on staying anonymous and protecting their sources. For the rest of us, maybe we're just tired of being watched, feeling like someone's always peering over our digital shoulder, collecting every detail. Or we want to search for something personal without being bombarded by ads, recommendations, or reminders of what we just looked up. It's about reclaiming control and drawing a line. This part of my life is just for me. We all deserve a space online that feels private, safe, and truly ours. So I set out on a challenge, 60 days using only the world's most anonymous operating system. No shortcuts, no exceptions. Could I escape the constant tracking and data harvesting? Would it even be possible to disappear online, or is true digital anonymity just a myth? This is the story of my journey into digital anonymity, a quest to find out what it really takes to become a digital ghost. It was frustrating, eye-opening, and surprisingly empowering. I learned more about myself and the internet than I ever expected. I wanted to see if I could live online without leaving a trace. Here's what happened. Let's dive in. My quest for anonymity started online, searching for the most anonymous operating system. I found options like Wonix, secure but complicated. I wanted something built for true digital invisibility. One name stood out, Tails, the amnesic incognito live system. It forgets everything when you shut it down, runs from a USB stick, and routes all traffic through Tor. Tails isn't just an OS. It's a philosophy of leaving no trace. It comes preloaded with privacy tools, so you're ready to go from the start. Journalists, activists, even Edward Snowden recommend it. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for my experiment. I read the documentation, downloaded Tails, and prepared to take the plunge. The mission: install Tails on a USB stick and see if I could survive as a digital ghost. Time to get started. Installing Tails isn't just click and go. It's a process that demands patience, attention to detail, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone. First, I downloaded the OS image from the official Tails website. But downloading isn't enough. You have to verify the file's integrity. I used a browser extension to check the checksum, making sure the file hadn't been tampered with or corrupted. This step is crucial, because even a tiny change in the file could mean malware or a compromised system. Next, I gathered 2 USB sticks. One would become the installer, and the other would hold the final secure Tails system. It's a bit like preparing ingredients before cooking. You need everything ready before you start. Using Balena Etcher, a tool designed for flashing operating systems, I carefully wrote the Tails image onto the first USB stick. Watching the progress bar crawl forward, I realized how much rides on these small steps. Then came the moment of truth. I rebooted my computer, entered the BIOS setup, and changed the boot order so it would start from the installer USB. Navigating the BIOS always feels a bit nerve-wracking, like you're peeking behind the curtain of your machine. Once Tails loaded from the installer, I plugged in the second USB stick. Using the Tails installer interface, I cloned the system onto this new drive, ensuring a fresh, untouched copy. This two-step process isn't just for show. It's designed to guarantee a clean, verified installation, free from interference or hidden threats. After about 25 minutes of waiting and watching, I finally had my finished Tails USB in hand. It felt like holding a key to a new world. I removed the installer USB, left the new Tails stick plugged in, and rebooted the computer, hoping everything would work as planned. This little USB was now my gateway to anonymous computing. The installation was finally complete, but the real test was about to begin. Now, sitting in the dim light, I wondered what it would really mean to live as a digital ghost, untraceable, invisible, and free from surveillance. Would it work? Would I actually disappear from the digital grid? There was only one way to find out. I took a deep breath, pressed the power button, and watched as the laptop booted up. The adventure into true anonymity had officially begun. With my Tails USB plugged in, I booted up and was greeted by a simple welcome screen. The most important step, creating encrypted persistent storage, a secure vault for files and settings. I set a strong passphrase and let Tails create the encrypted partition. Once inside, the desktop felt familiar but minimal, with privacy-focused apps like Tor browser and LibreOffice. Connecting to Wi-Fi took a bit longer, as Tails routed everything through Tor. Soon, I was online. My IP address showed up as Switzerland. No history, no cookies, no trace. I was officially a ghost in the machine. The system was clean, secure, and ready for anything. It felt empowering and a little surreal. My digital footprint, erased with every reboot. This was privacy by design. I was in. The first week was tough. No saved passwords, no browsing history, and endless CAPTCHAs at every turn. Each login felt like a puzzle, and every website seemed to demand proof that I was human. It was a constant reminder of how much convenience I'd given up for privacy. I enabled persistent storage for bookmarks and some passwords, but even then, many sites flagged my Tor connection as suspicious or even blocked me outright. It felt like I was always under scrutiny, just for wanting to stay anonymous. LibreOffice worked great for documents, but collaboration tools like Google Docs were either painfully slow or simply inaccessible. Real-time teamwork became a challenge, and I had to find new ways to share and edit files. Streaming was nearly impossible, YouTube barely loaded, and Netflix didn't work at all. Even short videos took ages to buffer, making entertainment feel like a luxury from another world. Downloading large files? Forget it. Patience was tested with every stalled progress bar and failed download attempt. Tails forced me to rethink my workflow and be intentional with every click. I had to plan ahead, organize my tasks, and accept that some things just wouldn't work the way I was used to. Over time, I found a rhythm, using encrypted email, open-source tools, and accepting a slower, more deliberate pace. I learned to adapt, and gradually, the frustration faded. The limitations became strengths, less distraction, more focus, and a sense of true privacy. My workspace felt calmer, and my mind less cluttered. I learned to appreciate not being tracked, not being bombarded by targeted ads or pop-ups. My digital footprint shrank, and I felt more in control. Tails wasn't just an OS, it was a digital detox. My habits changed, and I found myself stepping away from the screen more often, enjoying moments of quiet. I browsed less but with more purpose. Every session online was intentional, and I valued my time more. Privacy became a daily practice, something I actively maintained and protected, not just a setting to toggle. And I didn't miss the noise. In fact, I found a new kind of freedom in the quiet, and a deeper appreciation for the digital boundaries I'd set. What makes Tails so anonymous? It's all about layers. Every bit of data is forced through the Tor network. No accidental leaks. Tor bounces your traffic through multiple relays worldwide, hiding your identity and location. Tails runs entirely in RAM, leaving no trace on your computer after shutdown. The persistent storage is encrypted, so even if you lose your USB, your data is safe. Pre-configured apps like Tor browser and encryption tools make privacy the default. No single point knows both who you are and where you're going. It's defense in depth. privacy built into every layer. You're not just browsing anonymously, you're living it. Thinking of trying Tails? Here's what you need to know. Get 2 fast USB sticks and label them clearly. Check the Tails website for hardware compatibility before you start. Set up persistent storage on your first boot. Pick a strong passphrase and enable the features you'll need. Patience is key. The internet will be slower, and you'll face more CAPTCHAs. Learn to use NoScript in Tor browser to fix broken pages, but enable scripts sparingly. Don't try to replicate your Windows or Mac experience. Embrace the minimalism. Stick to the built-in apps. Don't download random software. Use additional software for anything extra and avoid logging into personal accounts. Tails is for anonymous browsing and secure communication. Use it for that. Change your mindset. Privacy comes with trade-offs, but the peace of mind, worth it. After 60 days, was it worth it? Absolutely, but with caveats. Tails changed how I think about privacy. It's no longer abstract, but a set of habits. I learned how much data I leak daily and how powerful privacy tools can be. The educational value was huge. I now use encryption and open source tools everywhere, but Tails isn't for everyone. It's not a replacement for your main OS. Performance and compatibility are real issues. It's a specialized tool, like a race car, powerful, but not for everyday errands. If you want privacy, secure communication, or to understand how tracking works, it's invaluable. For gaming or streaming, look elsewhere. Tails delivers on its promise, true amnesia and incognito browsing. And it gave me a new respect for privacy and skepticism about free online services. Who should use Tails? Journalists, activists, and whistleblowers. Anyone whose safety depends on privacy. For them, Tails is essential, not optional. It's also great for the privacy curious. Try it for a week, and you'll learn more than any article could teach. Use it for sensitive searches or private conversations. You don't have to go all in, but Tails isn't magic. It won't protect you if you log into personal accounts or act recklessly. For most people, a privacy-focused browser is a better first step. Tails is the next level for when you need real anonymity. My experiment is over, but the lessons stick with me. I won't use Tails full-time, but that USB is now my digital escape hatch. In a world of constant surveillance, having the option to vanish is more powerful than ever.